Welcome to your how-to guide for how to create a cultural survival guide. The goals and objectives for this pod were for you to be able to define and describe a culture or subculture to which you belong, to write informative text with focus on awareness of audience, and develop a topic using relevant information. And the way you're going to show your mastery of these skills, these goals, is to create a survival guide for someone entering your culture. So I've created a situation for you. We're going to pretend that I, Mrs. Weller Hall, am moving into your house for the year. Don't ask why. It's just happening. So your job is to create a written guide explaining the culture of your home and family so that I'll fit in comfortably. I don't want it to be an awkward situation, even though it's probably going to be awkward. But you're going to try and help me along as much as possible to show me how to fit in. So what you want to include in your survival guide for living in your culture, your family culture, is tell me who's already living in your house. You want to give me information about each person, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, maybe even your dog, your cat. I just need to know who's there, so when I get there, I'm not surprised. And then a little bit about them, maybe how old they are, some relevant information that would help me, understanding how to relate to that person. So for instance, if you think your sister Carrie is awful and she smells bad and I should stay away from her, then tell me. You should also tell me a little bit about the family dynamics. Don't have to give me a full rundown, but tell me like who's, in charge of making big decisions. If I need to go to somebody, who's the person I'm going to go to get what I need? And then I also want to kind of know who gets along with who. So again, if you and your sister are constantly fighting, please let me know that that's part of the dynamics. I should expect that when I'm there. Like, if you're going to be fighting over clothes all the time, I should know that that's something normal. Routines in the house. When and where do you eat meals? Do you guys eat standing up? Do you eat around the TV? Do you have 3 meals a day? And things like, how do I get my laundry done? Do I give it to your mom or your dad, or do I do it myself? Are there certain times? Do I have to fight to get to the bathroom in the morning? Like, what's the average everyday routine at your house? Most importantly is the values. How am I not going to offend anyone in your house? I don't want to get kicked out because I have to stay there for a year. So how do I get everyone in your family to like me? And what do you guys like to do together as a family so I can fit in? Maybe your family's really religious or very political, or they like to volunteer a lot. I don't know. You have to tell me what your family values. Or maybe your family just values, lazing around on the couch watching TV together, and that's cool too, but I just need to know what it is. I also need to know, and this one's important, we kind of overlook it, if there's another language being spoken at your house other than English. I kind of want to know that so that I can maybe brush up on my language skills before I get there. I don't want to not know what's being said. I also kind of want to know, it's important to me, I like food, what I can expect to be eating at your house. Are you guys junk food junkies? Are you really healthy eaters? Do you traditionally, eat Italian food, Mexican food? What kind of foods are you eating there? And do I need to do my own grocery shopping if I don't like them? Any unique traditions would be important to me to know, particularly like if Friday is your family board game night. I'd like to know what kind of games you guys play so I can get involved. Or maybe since I'm staying there for a year, I'll go through all the holidays with you. Maybe it's good for me to know that you guys always go to the Poconos for Thanksgiving, or you're always doing something. You always go out for fireworks, look at the fireworks on 4th of July. So things I can look forward to that are kind of unique to you guys. And then lastly, the community. The place that you live really affects a lot. So do you live in the middle of town? Do you live in a big city? Do you live in the middle of nowhere? Is there anything about that area I need to know? Like that maybe it only has pizza places to eat at and there are no other restaurants, or maybe it's 2 hours to the nearest city if I, need to rent a movie or something like that. So let me know about your community, what would affect me living there for a year. And then these are just 8 things to include so far, but anything else you think is really important to my survival living with your family for a year. I haven't included everything. You probably have specific things that I need to know that I don't even know I need to know yet. So you can include those as well. How are you going to do this how are you going to present this survival guide? So you can do it in any way you really want to. You can make a brochure, you can do a Word document, a PowerPoint presentation. You can, video guide through your house and show me things and tell me about it. You can be as creative as you want. You'll just have to be able to get it to me somehow. So you'll have to be able to upload whatever file it is and by the due date. So I leave this up to you. A lot of students know a lot of creative web programs that I don't even know about, so that you can do presentations in. So feel free to use those as well. And you can kind of guide me through how to access it later. If you have any questions about how to present, please let me know right away, and we can work together on finding a good presentation style for you. How are you going to be graded on this? That's a really important thing. So before I said that there were certain goals I had for you. So the goals are that I want you to be able to write with a sharp, distinct focus, identifying topic, task, and audience. So you have to know what you're writing about and who you're writing for. So if I consider you advanced in this, it will be clear that you're writing to me, and the information you give will be clear about why you're writing it, because you know I'm coming to visit. Proficient would be at times, I may feel like it's written for like anybody. It's not just me, so I kind of want to feel a little special that you know that you're tailoring this to me specifically. You're helping me fit in. And then below proficient would be not really knowing, why you're writing or who you're writing to. It would just kind of be thrown together a bit. The next category would be developing your topic by picking the most significant and relevant details, facts, or information. So advanced for this would be you just give me only the information that I need. You leave out all the the silly stuff or the stuff doesn't really matter. Proficient, you gave me mostly the relevant information. You may leave out something really important, or you may include something that's completely irrelevant. And then below proficient would be that most of the information doesn't really help me fit into your family. The next category is demonstrate a grade appropriate command of grammar, conventions, and spelling. At this point, you should have very few grammatical errors or spelling errors. So I consider advanced to be less than 3. They don't really affect how I feel about your paper. They don't confuse me. Proficient would be 4 to 6. You're still working at it. But it still doesn't confuse me. It's just a few more errors. And then below proficient, if you have more than 7, it means you really haven't looked through and proofread. So I would like you to be able to catch those before submitting them. And then presentation is organized and effective for delivering information. This is all about organization and presentation. So whatever you pick, brochure, Word document, PowerPoint, whatever you want to do, it should just be clean. And by clean meaning organized, formatted, easy to follow. It should go from step to step. At the end, I should have a good feel for what I'm supposed to do. Proficient would be mostly clean. Information is organized coherently, but maybe it's not as nice as it could have been, or maybe some information was put in the wrong category or something like that. But it's still overall pretty good. And then below proficient is it's kind of sloppy. The formatting there is no formatting. It's hard to find information. It's very disorganized. It really isn't helpful to me. So this is what you'll be graded on, what you'll be doing, what to include. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me by BBIM, email, phone, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. Good luck writing me the survival guide. I look forward to reading them.